Hey guys, it's been a while since I've posted a video again. Sorry, that's the chair I'm sitting on. It's a wheelie chair, but it's been a while since I've posted a video for multiple reasons. For one is that I have or am having a hard time coming up with content to post about. I don't have a clue on what kind of topics to post about. I mean, I have some ideas, but it's really hard to make and post videos of those topics. Another one is that I don't have any editing anything. I'm still just on my phone. Sorry if you hear banging on a door. It's an automatic vacuum. But anyway, so hope you can hear me. But anyway, that's another reason. Another reason is that I just don't have, or I haven't had enough quiet time to be able to post, to make videos and post. And I probably will have even less time now that it's summer. So there's that. And also, I've just been dealing with a lot of health issues for the past couple months. I think I posted a video like 3 or 4 months ago, but I started having really bad health issues back in November. It's the beginning of June, and I had issues in the middle of November, so that's the reason why. I might go into more detail about that as to why, but for now, I wanted to talk about, I wanted to talk about one of my health issues, and that's my seizures, my epilepsy, my VNS, and everything with that. So I haven't had a seizure in 3 years, 2.5, almost 3 years or something like that. I could be wrong, but anyway, it's been a while since I've had visual seizures. And because it's been so long and I've been so managed in other ways, in medical ways that I've been managed, I kind of, my doctor and I just kind of agreed that my VNS just wasn't needed anymore. And on top of that, my VNS had like 10% battery life. And so it would have been needing to be replaced anyway. If I didn't have something done. Anyway, a few weeks at the end of April, I think or the last Thursday in April or something like that, I ended up having my VNS removed. And it's been kind of nice. Like, I'm not going to show any skin, but I don't have that VNS bump anymore. Which is kind of nice. I feel kind of normal with that. Sorry about my hair. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, but excuse me. Sorry. Wish I could edit that out, but anyway, I had the VNS device right here, and the wire went up to my neck. You can kind of see it right there. But yeah, you can see it right there. That's about as much skin as I'll show. But um, I had the actual device removed, but the doctor left the wire and this part in just because it's a little more invasive, and it just wasn't really needed. If anything else, any other issues come up, he could go back and uh, remove it, but I haven't really had issues with that. I did have issues with the device itself, and that's probably why um, and that's probably what was contributing to, well, so I was having issues with the device. It was really, really hurting. And um, for first, uh, for the first few years that I had it, I had a magnet, and you can go back to my other videos. I think it's my ACC story. But anyway, I had a magnet that I could swipe, and it would help uh, send electrical stimulation up to up the VNS and up to that nerve. And but after a few years, it paralyzed my vocal cords. That's why my voice sounds like a frog. And so um, after a few years, I ended up having the magnet turned off because it just wasn't, that part just wasn't needed. I still had my device and it was still on, and it was still sending electrical stimulations on its own. And so I still had that on for another few years. And then back in, I want to say November, when I started having my health issues, November or December, something like that, I was having some really bad chest pains, like in this area where my VNS device was, and it hurt like no other. Like it almost felt like my VNS device was going off. Like when you swipe it, obviously you feel the stimulation going from your device up your neck, and it feels constricting. That's what it felt like. And it hurt. Like I almost could not breathe, or it felt like I could almost not breathe. My oxygen levels were fine, but it felt like I could not breathe. And so I went to the ER. They did stuff, not too much stuff, but anyway, I just had a last minute appointment with a doctor, or one of my doctors, and then they just decided to turn the VNS off in general, see how that would work. But then I still had some pains, and the VNS was still hurting in my chest. Or no, yeah. It's obviously, if you watch my ACC story, you know how bad my memory is. And so I could be leaving bits and pieces out or forgetting something. I'm not adding anything, but I probably am forgetting something and not remembering something. But I remember going to the doctor and they had it turned off. And then I was still having really bad chest pains, couldn't breathe. I went to, I think, the doctor again, and then they said that my VNS only had about 10% left, 10% battery left, which is normal. For people who need VNSs, like severe epilepsy and need VNSs for long term, 10 years is normal. You need it replaced every 10 years. And that's where my VNS was at. It's been 10 almost 10 years. Almost 10 years since I had my VNS put in. I had it put in the early 2016, I think. Anyway, it's almost been 10 years. But I only had 10% battery left, and because I was having so many issues with it, they worried that I had like a loose cord or something was leaking or something like that. But because of that, and because I didn't need it, we kind of all just decided to have the device part removed. And so at the end of April, I did that. They again left the wire part. Don't know how much you can see, but left the wire part in my neck. But just because that's more invasive than just removing the VNS device in itself. But I had that removed, and everything seems fine now. Obviously, I still have a paralyzed voice. I don't know if my voice will ever change back or become better or anything like that. I but I obviously don't need my magnet anymore. And it feels nice. I kind of feel a little more free with it. I obviously do suggest that if you are having issues with epilepsy to see about having a VNS. And I had a VNS just because my epilepsy was very uncontrolled at the time, and I'm not saying this as a do not do it. I highly recommend getting a VNS if you need it. I'm just telling you my story and why I haven't really posted anything for a long time. But that was my VNS story. It's gone now. I may or may not get one put in decades or something like that. I highly doubt it just because I'm well managed, but only time will tell. Another health issue that I've been dealing with is my back. So for those that don't know, I don't know if I mentioned it in a previous video, but I have scoliosis. And several years ago, I want to say back in 2018, something like that, I somehow injured my back. I went and sat on a hard chair, like a really, really hard chair, like those classroom hard chairs. And somehow I miscalculated the distance, and I basically fell onto the chair. And all of a sudden I felt this shiver up my spine, and I heard and felt this crack, and that was immediately followed by just pain in my in my lower left side. And it hurt so bad that I could not walk at all. Um, but that's but after a time I was able to. Um, and so ever since then, I just had years of a chiropractor working on my back. I never had X-rays done or anything like that, or went to the ER about that. It just hurt and was off and on pain. And the chiropractor just told me it was a slipped disc, or not a slipped disc, a slipped rib, which fine, they can put it back together or put it back in. And so I just kind of went to the chiropractor every couple months for a few years. And then in January, something like that, January, I started having, well, no, in November, I started having really bad back pain again, like horrible back pain, worse than the years of back pain that I had. And I didn't know what it was. It was still in the same spot, but just it hurt worse. And so I just kind of lived with the pain for a few months. And then in the middle or the end of January, I started having issues with my back again. I was having issues with my balance. I started getting dizzy, and I was wobbling. I couldn't keep my balance at all, and I was falling a lot. Like, I think I fell 3 times, and one of the times I was in my bathroom washing my hands in the sink, and all of a sudden I just lost control of my legs, couldn't do anything about it, and I fell backwards, hit my head on the back wall, and it hurt my back and everything. And it felt like I was paralyzed. I could not do anything. And so I went to the ER about that, and they didn't do anything for me. Like I got they at the time did a CT scan because they didn't know if I could have an MRI with a VNS. Disclaimer: my ER department is very not knowledgeable, and I'll leave it at that. But they did a CT scan, and they said everything looked fine and sent me home. Still had pain. It was 2 days after that I went to my normal doctor, told him what happened, and he pulled up the CT scan on his computer, and right away he could tell that I had a slipped disc in my back. And so that kind of made... Oh, sorry about that. Slipped my phone. But that kind of made us all wonder if it was a slipped disc that I've been dealing with all these years, and not a slipped rib. Anyway, so after that, they obviously can't do a lot with slip discs. The first line of what they do to fix slip discs are physical therapy. And so that's what I did. at that appointment, I got signed up for physical therapy, and I've been doing physical therapy ever since. And my back's been doing really well. I don't know if I can or should tell you the treatments that I've been doing. One treatment that has really been helping me, or there is a treatment that has been really helping me, but I don't know if I can or should say what it is, because everyone's different. Things work differently with everyone. Something did not work with me with physical therapy. Again, so if you want to know about that, or if you know if I can say that what my treatments were, let me know in the comments, and I will comment back what that treatment was, those treatments were. But I started going to physical therapy two times a week, and my back started getting better. They said I could come once a week, and that's where I've been doing it ever since. Or doing ever since. I still go in once a week, and probably will. I don't know for how long. Probably for a long, long time. At my physical therapy, you can pay a fee and work out there, basically like a gym. That's probably what I'll be doing. So that's probably what I'll be doing. But I'll just be doing what I'm doing for a while, just because it's been working on my back. I do have my episodes where my back is very immobilized. There are certain tasks when I just can't do anything else. Bending over to do something like the dishwasher really hurts my back. And so sometimes I have to rest and sometimes I don't. So I have my good days and bad days. So it just depends. But other than that, I think that's about it. That's been my health journey the past couple months. I don't know what else to add or to update you guys on. I really do want to get into YouTube and start doing YouTube consistently, but I don't know how. And so if you have ideas of how to do it and ideas of what to make, like what kind of videos to make, let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do. But until then, if you're watching, thanks for watching. Like, and if you want to see me again at some point, subscribe and check out my videos that I've made before. You may hear me or you may not. I have no idea. I really need to get used to my face being on camera. As you can tell, I'm very awkward and don't know how to get used to being on camera. So, yeah. Anyway, I will see you guys later. Bye, guys. And stay awesome.